I'm Trish with today's QOTD question of the day. If you could have any job on the Death Star, what would it be? Maybe you're a lightsaber shiner or a Wookiee cookie baker. We want to know what you do best that would really impress your colleagues on the Death Star. Record your answer and you could be on the show, just like our first featured fan. This is Panzer Saturn.
That's easy. I would be an accountant because we're kind of the most valuable in the Star Wars universe. You know, besides Jedi, besides everybody else who's going to keep up with all the taxes and the liens and all the financial situations on the Death Star. You know that costs money, so you're going to need an accountant. So I will be an important part to the Death Star.
So this franchise I'm not that familiar with, but my question to you guys, is there actually some sort of money or commodity? Like, how do they keep the upkeep?
Death Starbucks.
Oh, yes.
And if you don't pay your taxes, they're going to use force. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
The IRS knows no bounds.
It does not. Imagine 1 year you don't pay your taxes, and then you look up in the night sky and the Death Star is just hovering above your planet, lasers ready to fire.
Shoot.
JJ, who was your favorite answer from?
Well, I had a really great fan answer from Emma, which I would say it's a very short answer, but a very important one too.
Trash man.
Hey, 2 words, and that's all you need, because you have a planet-sized space station filled with commanders using pieces of paper to write down plans, using Death Starbucks to drink some coffee, get some energy. Trash people, janitors, are very important to keep it cleanly and make sure things don't get overloaded, make sure there's no trash bags outstanding. So it's a very important job and underappreciated.
Mm-hmm. I feel like it would be an easy job too, because you just release some door and then out goes the space junk, right? Done.
Oh, Trish. You're betraying your lack of knowledge about Star Wars yet again. Don't you guys remember back in Star Wars 4, some of us call it number 1, when Luke went sliding down the chute and ended up in the trash compactor? And then there was a snake thing that tried to pull him under. Being a trash man would be a very dangerous job. And so, look, if you want the hazard pay, then yeah. But otherwise, I don't know. I think you'd be better off being a stormtrooper.
Keith, what was your favorite answer that you found?
So my favorite answer comes from Ill Options, and he's got something special cooking on the Death Star.
I feel like on the Death Star, my job would be chef, because I'd just be straight cooking it up for all the Death Star employees. They know me by name, make the best pizza on Fridays. I'm making soup on Tuesday, 5-bean soup on the Death Star. They love it. They know me. And, no one can get mad at the chef if you're cooking up all the time. So that's why I'd be on the Death Star. I'd be chef.
This whole idea of being the chef on the spaceship is really hysterical, because he's going to have different dishes for every day. There's going to be Sith soup, or maybe Imperial meatloaf, some special that we would go for every day, as opposed to, the usual peanut butter and jelly sandwiches that we know that the Sith really love.
Well, now I'm imagining the bear taking place on the Death Star. I feel like Ill Options would be great as the lead character in that, where you just have we need some stuff for Darth Vader, some stuff for the stormtroopers over there, and you just hear, yes, chef.
Do you think they have Chipotle or Qdoba?
I think they're Johnny Rockets mostly, yeah.
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
So Reed, how about you? Did you have a favorite?
I did. My favorite answer comes to us from Beatrice.
I would say that my job on the Death Star would probably be something around the lines of clothing designer. I have noticed that the clothing designs are pretty outstanding on the Death Star. They look pretty imposing, but they look pretty sharp as well. And I'd just like to be part of a team that keeps our soldiers looking so classy all the time.
It's a tough gig, though. You got to make countless versions of the exact same stormtrooper suit. But if you're up for the task, sounds like you are, I say go for it.
But it's all very kind of Hugo Boss inspired, if you were asking me. So enjoy that while you're stitching burn holes up.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting you mentioned that. I know none of one of our answers that didn't make it on the show today talked about PR And so I think that definitely if Beatrice is a fashion designer, she might work with that other person to be a PR person and maybe help the Empire have a little bit more of a friendlier look.
I think that's all well and good, but that Princess Leia isn't dressed like a princess. She's dressed more like a cheap Cleopatra or something like that. Like she needs a little Kate Middleton spin on her, maybe a fascinator or something bejeweled. So Beatrice, there is a job for you.
It should not have to be like that. They should provide fresh outfits for all of their prisoners of war.
Yeah.
Well, these are just a few of our amazing fan answers, of which there are many, and you still have time to record your own video answers before our Thursday Big Show Weekly Championship. You can record using the links in our description. But for now, I think it's time for us to talk about what we would want to do on the Death Star. So Keith, what are you thinking?
I think just look behind me with all these monitors and displays, and they got a billion miles of cable around there. If you really want to have an important job, you got to go into IT. You know, the Degon Googleizer comes out, and who are they going to call to like fix it? They'd call me, and I'd be like, "Is the little green light on?" And they go, "No." And you go, "Yeah, well, plug the little tail thing into the wall, and then turn it on and off." Right, if you want to start Degon Googleizing again. But so yeah, I think that I could totally step up into that role and like keep all of their equipment running smoothly.
I think I would go less specialized and more for job security. So I would be a window washer. Everything has to be clear, right? You got to watch out for whatever bad guy ship is coming. Help me out here.
But you could imagine if you like blow it, like, and the Emperor's looking out of his windows while the spaceships are blowing. He's like, "What is this?" You'd be in big trouble.
That's why I'm going to do a good job.
I'm going to unwind. I'm going to head up the spa because you go through a long day of imposing terror on the entire galaxy and you deserve a hot stone massage. So that's where I'll be. Come hang. We do facials on Friday.
I'm not convinced that there aren't a few stormtroopers, a few commanders who wouldn't do community theater. So I will be the community theater show director. I'll put on the productions. I'll like be in charge of organizing the props, and we'll put on some fun productions in like the holding bay every couple of months. Leia Miz. We have Wookid. I think they would be hits.
Luke Skywalker Superstar, maybe.
Good. I like it. Yes, I'm writing them down. We're gonna put them on. We're gonna have a big ensemble piece for sure.
I was going to say you have to have something with a big cast because you get too tight, too exclusive, and tensions start building. That's the last thing you need.
Yeah. And you have to be aware because some of the commanders really want that lead role, and if they don't get it, they are not opposed to force choking you.
Yeah, everybody's armed.
You took Pippin from me.
Yeah. You got to do like Aida, something with a giant cast.
Oh, Mamma Mia.
Perfect.
Well, if you want to join us on the air and tell us your dream jobs for the Death Star, you can record your answer to today's question or any of this week's other questions using the links in the description. And make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube to get notified about new daily questions.
Thanks everyone for joining us, and a special thank you to our subscribers and to everyone who's watched, voted, and recorded so far this week. Remember, the top voted answers make it on the air for our Thursday Big Show. So make sure to record and vote at beyondtheair.com for your chance to join us. And you can also play our amazing Guess 'em Big game.
And if you love talking about Star Wars or any of our other QOTD questions this week, you can say thank you by liking or sending us a comment or subscribing. Or if you really love what you see, go ahead and click the thank you button on YouTube and we will give you a shout out on the air.
From all across the galaxy, we are QOTD and Beyond the Air signing off, and we'll see you on TV.
Bye, everyone.
We will subscribe.